Oh, there he is.
What?
He's difficult, huh?
Crying for? Oh my God.
Cry bear.
Unbelievable. On, boom, put the camera on the knees. Welcome to the show. You just got us two today. What a mess over there. What's the chat saying?
It just makes me so happy.
Hello, Chad. How are you? How's everybody doing? We'll do a little roll call coming up in a few minutes. Crying. Let me turn that off. If you're listening to the show, we had a little slideshow from the meetup that we just did in Portland, which we'll talk about, obviously, on this show. And she's over there. It's the first time she saw it, so she's like,
oh my God. Waterworks over here. Yeah. It just brings back a lot of really amazing memories and great feelings. Yeah. I haven't really had time to sit down and actually think about like this whole, I don't know, last 2 weeks or whatnot.
Yeah, it was something. It was something.
Yeah.
If you didn't show up, that's on you.
Oh,
and there's a couple of you. You're on my list. There's a couple of people. In fact, we heard from Kiko, right? Because we had a weight loss. Now, let me start at the beginning. We had a meetup. We try to do meetups everywhere that we have, like, a lot of listeners. So we've had a bunch of meetups in Atlanta. We've had the Fresno meetup, which just completely blew me away. And then Portland, this was the second one that we had in Portland. And you never know after you do the first one if people are actually going to show up. What?
You got food coming out your mouth.
Do I really?
I just still want you to be embarrassed.
Yeah, I do. I don't know if that's food, if that's skin. I don't know what the hell that is.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know if you guys can see that.
All right,
I'll flick it at her. It just landed right in her hair.
Is that it?
Yeah. So, Portland, this was our second meetup. And like I was saying,
no, technically it was a makeup from December.
I didn't really,
Well, it was because, everybody was planning to come out, and then the snow hit, and then we had to come back, here to Houston and miss all of, if it wasn't just for, the meetup makeup, my mom also thought that it was a makeup because we were supposed to be there for Christmas, remember?
Oh, that's interesting.
And we weren't, so instead we did the barbecue. That's why she had her whole list of pictures.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There's her family's on my list. Not everybody on your family. We tried to scam Grandma. Grandma showed up. You probably saw that in the little slideshow we just had on. By the way, I'm going to do it again at the end of the show. So if you missed it, you're just joining us. Just hang tight. We'll get to that again. I don't want to miss. There's so many people in the chat as well. So can you be just kind of scanning the chat?
Yeah, I can be ready. By the way, we're not doing the bong gong dong. As you can see, Dorian is not here.
Yeah,
he is on vacay with the fam. And so we're going to save all of that till he comes back.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can't decide if he's on my S list or not as well, because, or maybe it's y'all's fault that he went missing halfway through our Portland meetup.
Yeah, I did.
Now, we've done a lot of meetups, and Fresno was arguably really trying to get us messed up with all the shots and everything, but he made it through that one. So I didn't even have the speech with it, because usually I'll sit them down before we actually have these meetups, and it's a whole speech. Come on, bro. We flew all the way over here. People came out. It's not easy to put these meetups together. Yeah. Let's hold it. Let's get through this meetup. Pace yourself. I was so confident that I didn't need to have that speech.
Oh, God.
Didn't do it. Didn't think about it. And halfway through the meetup, when did he go missing?
Well, I think he went missing, I don't know, I'd say maybe like 8:30 or 9, but he physically left because I took video of him leaving at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I was like, I'm documenting this. I am no longer responsible for you. What happens from here on out is not on me.
Okay.
And so I documented that, and that was 10 p.m.
All right.
And I think we stayed till, like 11:30-ish or so?
We closed it down pretty much. We closed it down, and then there were some listeners that wanted to give us rides back, and I don't know what happened with me too, so I guess I shouldn't give him too much of a hard time because I did like my last beer I did, and then immediately it was like holding it. I heard you vomited in the bathroom.
Well,
that's
yeah.
That's how Portland rolls.
No, I think that, and it's
somebody had to hold her hair back, and it was not me.
No, I ran by myself, but I had a very warm shot of Fireball at the end, and I think after like 5 or 6 of those, the last hot Fireball just did me in.
Yeah. It was, you guys.
It was out of control, but in a good way.
It was one of the best meetups I think we've ever done. It's really hard to describe as well, like, just to process everything. And some of the people that showed up, the lady that found us on Spotify came out with her daughter.
Was it Whitney?
I think so. I'm horrible at names, so apologies. But she's been sticking. You see, it's like without y'all telling us that you're listening and how you found us or whatever, we just don't think that that the show is growing. Like it's growing, but when you share your stories, it takes it to a whole new level. And that's why that one really stood out to me. She found us on Spotify, which I don't think anybody, up until that point, I didn't think anybody found us on Spotify. So here I am spending so much money like trying to promote the show and do all these things because nobody tells me that you just run across and find the show. And she's been sticking over there.
Yeah.
Since she showed me, they pulled up her and her daughter, like so amazing. They pulled up pictures and they were like, yeah, we've been sticking in Thailand and like Australia or New Zealand. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like that to me was just insane. And so many awesome people. What's some of the people that stood up for you?
Yeah, so, and I feel awful. I can't remember this gentleman's name, but he knew you guys, from early Playhouse days. And because you had promoted our meetup on YouTube, he was able to come out and I shouldn't have said the story if I don't remember the name, but I remember you.
There's a lot of people that showed up. You saw the thing, and you're the best with names. I'm the worst.
Yeah.
And no, that was awesome. I didn't think anybody followed like the old YouTube channels and stuff because when we got sold when we went to CBS from Rose City kind of dissolved, and YouTube wouldn't give us the rights to these channels. So, like, that would be such a huge revenue stream, but we can't get a hold of like the old videos and stuff. However, anyway. Whatever. I thought the channel was dead. I think Denise or Tony, maybe somebody said, put that little commercial on one of those channels, and then people showed up because they saw it from the channel that I thought was dead. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I thought that, people driving up, our boy that drove up from Medford. I thought, it was just
Felix came out.
Felix drove 3 hours just to come drop by, say what's up. I thought that was insane.
And then, of course, everybody who said hi to my grandma and my aunt who came out, my brother and sister-in-law, of course, they were there.
Grandma showed up. Everybody's trying to get grandma all screwed up.
I was like, please don't get
buying her shots. I applaud that.
No,
I applaud that. Let's get grandma drunk.
No applause there. No applause there. Grandma doesn't need to be drunk.
I can't even get the. I've got so many issues over here today.
Okay. There we go. There we go. On the Arguably Awesome podcast.
Yeah, they came out.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Anthony and Eric.
I just, the one thing that I do miss when we talk about these and we put these things on is like everybody meeting each other. So I wish it was more centrally located to where like the Atlanta people could meet the Portland and then, but it's like you couldn't possibly be further away, these two groups of people. So apologies, and hopefully at some point somehow we'll get everybody to get together because that would be an amazing
I think
night.
somebody had said something. They suggested like a cruise or something, and I was like, oh man, if we all of us listeners and Ryan get on a cruise at some point, there's someone that's fallen off. Someone's not gonna make it back.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know because everybody says they're gonna show up, and we had a huge group of people that showed up, but then the people that made a big stink about being there weren't there.
I know. That's okay. We don't need to talk about it.
No, I do need to talk. What would I talk about?
Well, I want to do a roll call, please.
I want to put some people on blast is what I want. Where was Kiko?
Oh, Kiko, he sent me a DM.
He did?
Yeah.
DK reading all your DMs. DK reading all your DMs. DK reading.
We had a weight loss challenge, so I hope this mofo lost a leg to diabetes.
Oh, stop it. So I asked him, I was like, check it in. Is everything okay? He goes, yes, everything's good. Just on my way to the meetup and my car spazzed out. I have no clue what happened. I was stuck on I-5 till around 9 p.m. I will still honor that bet and just have PK tell me what kind of shoe he wants and what size, anything on the Nike app. Sorry I couldn't make it. I've been super stressed out lately, but things will get better. And one more thing, how did PK bring up the Mangiano to his doctor? I have a doctor's appointment on the 20th and want to see if I can get on that too.
I walked in through the door. That's how I brought it up.
Oh, my
That's all I
God.
had to do.
Yeah.
She looked at me. What do you mean, yeah?
I mean,
What'd you say it like that for?
Because, I mean, it's true. Obviously, you
Just
had to
trying
walk
to be
through the
extra
door.
cute because I don't know. I don't think Ryan is here, so you're trying to be extra cute
I'm not
right now.
being cute.
All right.
I'm not being
I
cute.
walked in through the door. That's how I brought up Majerno. She looked at me. She said, yeah, you need anything and everything to help you out. Our buddy Josh can't get it.
He did get it.
He did?
He finally did. It took a couple different appointments and conversations, and the prescription, I think, had to be sent through the mail.
Oh.
But, yeah, he finally was able to get it, like, yesterday or something.
Okay, good for him. I'm telling you, it's the best. I'm down, I think, 10 pounds. Before I was saying I was down 10 pounds. This is kind of like exaggerate a little bit. But this morning was like officially 10 pounds. I'm not. It just curves the cravings. I don't know what else it does.
Yeah, like
it's making me go out there and walk because I don't want to waste the $400 that it's $400.
Yeah. I was
So
going to say,
there's that,
like,
too.
you're very, like, every single day, you make sure to get those 10,000 steps in. So, and you're holding yourself accountable, which is something completely different that I've never seen you do.
Yeah.
Because, like, last night, obviously we're married, so I can, go into all these details. But what was like?
We smashed.
No, actually not. But 10 o'clock at
Hard.
night, you're like, I didn't get to my steps yet. I need to go for a walk. Like, I need to get another 2,000 steps in, and out you went.
That was awful too. Walking at night in Houston, you just don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, that and it's hot as hell.
Just don't know. Plus, I got a flashlight, so I'm doing the back streets. Less probability that I'm gonna get robbed because again, Houston.
Yeah, they don't.
Now I'm walking in all black with a flashlight,
So-
right? Because I don't want to trip too. I'm just waiting for the neighbors to come out and be like,
I was like, they might think
hold me at
that-
gunpoint.
Yeah,
Who the hell is this guy?
You're up to no good.
Yeah. So, but I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste them. And by the way, so many people came up to me at the meetup and were just telling me that because I've gotten hate for talking about Majerno, and then some people are like, "You don't need it."
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Screw you. Yes, I do.
Yeah, the
like,
doctor
you don't know my
prescribed
stats.
it. Yeah.
If the doctor says I need it, and it helps and all the other stuff. But so many people at the actual meetup came up and they were just expressing what the show means to them, which was cool to just kind of like hear and see. Because again, being in this room and you looking at the financial statements and everything, sometimes, you lose sight of that. So it was just cool. It was just cool. So many people coming up and just saying, hey, I love how you're sharing that story.
Yeah.
Screw everybody else.
It's
I
about
thought it
you,
was
and,
awesome.
and I also I keep saying this. It's preventative against something else because you were going down the wrong path, and there was nothing else like that I could personally do to help you out. It was a decision that you and I guess like your doctor had to make. Which, by the way, like on our trip, didn't your doctor call you?
Yes, he called me, and I'm like, why are you calling me?
Yeah.
She wanted to go through the assistant
nurse.
called. She wanted to go through like the results. I'm like, am I gonna die? If I'm not gonna die, then whatever. I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks, right? Like, why are you calling?
Yeah. Well,
I didn't understand.
Were you
that.
gonna die?
But also, at this point,
I was like,
nobody's calling me.
Yeah.
So if I get a phone call, it's kind of like, oh, cool. I got somebody to talk to. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you leave a job, not too many phone calls come in.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
So-
None at all.
Yeah. And I want to talk more about our trip, and I want to talk more about, all right, see, y'all are little investigators. You got to figure something out coming up in this week. And I don't know, because I can't really tell you what's about to happen, but I know you're going to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious who the first person that's going to figure it out is.
Well, here's the thing. We already told one person.
Well, told one person,
And then-
you told like the world.
And then it's already out. So
What
I'm
the
I'm
F?
shocked there's not a billboard.
Yeah, what the hell? We're not supposed to, because we got a little bit of beef.
Yeah.
All this is going to come out here in the next probably week is what I'm guessing. And we'll talk more about it here in the show. But right now, let's do a roll call because we
Yeah.
forgot to do a roll call because the people must be heard.
Okay, so many people up in the chat. We have Sierra Richard, which, by the way, is a brand new listener that I have personally
What's
seen.
up?
So I want to say shout out. What up?
you doing?
Anita is checking in. Also, Charlene. Not a lot of these are the cities because, like, they're right at the very, very, very beginning. Alexa is asking, PK, is this another quick show for you?
Supposed to be. Supposed to be.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
Well, can I tell everybody what's going on? Probably not yet, right?
I mean, can I finish
Just,
at least
just
the roll
keep
call?
doing
I
the
think
roll
that was,
call.
like,
I'm just
three
going to
people.
sprinkle in
We got
stories throughout the roll
Bootleg
call.
73, which congrats, Bootleg, by the way. He not only picked up, remember, that $500 for What's That Noise.
Yeah.
Took amazing pictures, but also he gifted to put, well, I think we're supposed to play games, but we didn't get to it because we just were talking to everybody. But I'm going to put this DVD, so when it, again, like we're all back together in studio and do the wheel, then this courtesy of Bootleg 73, the DVD in a box will go on the wheel.
What makes that special is Bootleg went out of his way. He saw the DVD. He bought it to give away to everybody and then brought it to the meetup. So I thought that was, so whoever wins it, don't think you're getting it new.
No.
It's definitely used.
No.
I mean, what DVD isn't anymore?
I mean, oh my gosh, I haven't even hit open
I don't even
on
know if
this
it's
thing.
going to play.
It says Portland, like all of the people that have sponsored it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Also available, Baby Fat, Carlos by Carlos Santana.
Anyway, it was cool that the guy found it and, bought it to give away on the show. So that is coming up probably when Dorian makes it back, if Dorian makes it back. Who else do you see in the chat?
I see Tyler Green joining us. We got Justin,
up, Justin?
Corrine Gibson. Of course, we all know Corrine. Fireball Carol.
Fireball.
Which, by the way, we weren't really supposed to say who Fireball Carol was, but...
She gave it away with that picture.
Well,
Is it in the Discord?
I think you posted that picture. I think
Me?
Fireball Carol gave away Fireball Carol by drinking Fireball.
And then she goes, she's slamming Fireball, and then she comes up to me. How do people know who I am?
Yeah.
Well, you drank the bar out of Fireball.
I think all of us combined, because it was another listener, Zoe, that came, and she had like a whole tray.
You see these pictures?
Oh, these are new pictures.
People are
coming
sticking in London?
in London. Oh,
Is that Ashley?
That's yeah.
Holy, yeah, Ashley.
Yeah, she just
Dude,
posted
what?
those.
Stick jobs.
Yeah.
We got to bring back stick jobs with a vengeance again, people don't tell me that they're out there sticking. So when I was talking to that couple, the mom and daughter that was sticking in Thailand, it just kind of fired. It just lit a new fire under me, you know. Like, so I want to do more. I want to bring back. I want to really, take sticking back to where it was. Also, there is a post in our. I'm scrolling through the Discord. If you're not.
Oh yeah, that's for me.
Listening from if you're not watching, if maybe you're just listening, I'm going through the Discord right now, but you can see some of these pictures on there. To join the Discord, pkndk.com, you'll see the invitation at the very top in the menu where it says Discord. Just click on that, it'll take you right to it. What was I looking for? Oh, here it is. Yeah, Fireball Carol, shortly after this picture of her slamming Fireball, comes up to me.
Damn it.
He goes, how do people know I'm Fireball Carol? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know Fireball Carol. No idea.
Yeah.
Greatest picture ever, though.
Oh, I love it. And
Greatest picture ever.
also joining us in the roll call, we're going to continue on all show. We got Dina over on Twitch. We have High RPM is joining us. Kevin Halterman, by the way, came out.
What's up, man?
I love to see you, and you constantly win prizes. I was trying to bring everything, but forgot a few things. But thank you, Kevin. You're amazing. Brian Racer, they had something else going on, but apologized and are always joining us daily here. We got Jillian checking in. I'm just going through Raphael. Oh, yeah, he was very sweet. Him and his wife again.
Yeah.
Coming out. I'm sorry, I'm still scrolling through. You're scrolling through pictures.
I'm trying to find Dorian's update because Dorian.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. I can read
here's
that
your
for
parents, too.
I know. Well, that's Grandma, actually. Oh, yeah, my
Well, a little bit of
parents
beef.
there.
I don't know how much I can talk about my beef with your parents.
Well, they didn't come, obviously. They're not in any of the pictures. My aunt.
I thought it was very sweet. They did a little barbecue on Sunday.
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, your daughter.
You were mad. Yeah.
Nah, just annoyed.
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't even be annoyed anymore. But if your daughter is doing a meetup and all these people show up, you at the very least gotta maybe pick up the phone and call and check and ask how it went.
Or a text.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, we were trying to get some hikes in, and we were we were late, right? The barbecue was at 3, at 3:05. Where are you?
Well, they wanted to
Well, you
see
missed
us.
the whole meetup.
They're very excited.
And a barbecue doesn't start at a set time. You can just roll in as you roll in.
I mean, we weren't the last ones to show up anyway, and there was only 8 of us. So we're good.
Yeah. And she got food for
Yeah, I know. They
So
were very,
many
very
people.
excited.
Yeah.
Sherelle's saying I still didn't talk to enough people, but I was better than last year. A lot of you guys were just sharing with me your stories on how you were nervous to even come out.
Yeah, I
but
thought
then
that was cool.
I feel like once you guys all met up, you guys are family, and that's what I mean about our podcast family and community. Everybody always coming together, encouraging, come on out here. It's totally fine. We're all in this together, a little nervous or whatnot. But it was awesome.
I just think it's just a group of misfits. I mean, that's it. So, you don't, it doesn't matter how you present yourself. It doesn't matter, it's just a group of misfits that through this podcast have connected. Some of us have become, friends. Some of my best friends have, grown from doing this podcast and previous the radio show. I just saw in the chat a comment from over on Facebook. What's going on? That's from Steve Chronicle saying, yo, PK, I've listened to you guys ever since it was you, Sony, Ebro, Scooter,
Aw, nice.
Naveen. There'll never be another show like the Playhouse. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
And it's Brian Ness, who was the one that found us on the old Playhouse channel, who's now joining us live now.
What's up, man?
Brian,
I thought that was cool that you came out.
Yes, thank you.
And what
so
about
much.
the? I thought the venue was really cool. So shout out to Tony.
Yeah.
Tony, man.
Are you giving him a call? But
I thought he was pissed at me.
But by the way, the venue is called Birdie Time Pub in Portland, and they were so grateful for all of you guys. Said that you really helped their small business, and next time we're going to come back, they would like to host us and have the whole venue for us, so we can actually do a show and use mics and everything.
It's cool when a venue gets what you're
Hey,
doing.
Rich, Tony Smith. I can't take the call right now, but if you leave me your name and number, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I
That was
think
one ring.
you got.
That was one ring, bitch. One ring. That means you hit decline. Unless you're flying and you're up in the air. And if that's the case, my bad. Give me a shot back.
Yeah.
No, going back to the venue, what was really cool about it was the fact that, they treated us like an actual show, which a lot of places don't.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Even the one that closed down that we couldn't do it at, which sucked. I mean, nothing sucks more than what they're going through because they actually had to close it down. But they were really cool with the fact that they were like, yes, you got, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like they got
it's
it.
so hard. There was another venue that would have been right next to where we were staying, the most convenient place ever. And they were, $3,000 for like a patio area.
just to rent it, not even including like food or beverage or
Yeah.
anything. I'm like, that's not our kind of vibe that we're looking for.
Well, we don't have $3,000
Well,
plus.
and
You're
that
bringing
too.
all these
Yeah.
people in, and we at a birdie time we drank them a Fireball. You know what I mean? So like you're gonna make money.
Oh, look at that!
Give us a little break.
We got Crypto Kono.
Crypto Kono.
Yeah.
He's in the building.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Thank you, by the way, the most important man of the entire
Yeah.
trip. Not only letting us crash, when you're not there, but borrowing the truck and totally helping out, taking all the photos. Like you are amazing, Crypto Kono. We absolutely love you, and thank you for all your help. Always, always, always.
God, what a meetup. Do you have
I know.
Dorian's updates?
Yeah, I do.
So I barely saw Dorian. I mean, barely saw him
Well,
throughout the meetup.
Not even because we were supposed to meet up at 3, remember? And we were going to do like a pre-show and whatnot. Or no, we were going to meet up at 2.
We were supposed to. Originally, the plan was.
Yeah.
Let's have Dorian come over at like around noon, and then we can record some shows. We can take some pictures. We can, pre-promote the fact that we're doing that event that night. Old boy doesn't show up till like 3:30, right? Proceeds to do some Crypto Kono
like,
tries to get him drunk.
Yeah.
Right? So then we show up at the event, and he's already buzzed. Then y'all, I hear, are getting him big beers, like the huge ones. And a dude was, like, I barely saw him.
Yeah.
Barely saw him. What was his update?
Okay, and this is on Discord. He writes, hello and hi, anyone there? Sorry for the MIA, currently alive, but let me tell you, Portland meetup was fire, like fire emoji, from what I can remember. Felt so much love and support for the show. It was amazing. I've been seeing the family and friends since then, running on fumes. I have so much to share and talk about already. Possibly do a live when I can, IG live. Yes flies in tomorrow morning. Can't wait till she gets here and finally enjoy life away from work and relax. I'll do a better job keeping tabs on me. Hope everything and everyone is doing fantastic. Until then, be safe and talk to you soon.
So,
And that was sent July 11th at 12:37 a.m.
I love Saucy's comment. This seems well written. You're using ChatGPT again.
Yeah.
Which I could not agree with more because there was an update prior to this, before the meetup, that he put up on Facebook, and I thought he was wasted.
Yeah.
Like, I was reading, I'm like, this is really funny, but you're definitely wasted. Like, punctuation was all screwed up. It was just like a disaster, right? But funny.
Yeah.
So then I'm looking at this one. There's no way this dude didn't use ChatGPT.
I mean,
there's
did.
like zero chance.
He did write like the letter U instead of YOU, so that's why I think that possibly it's a mixture of.
Did you not see his Facebook post?
Yeah, he claims though he wrote it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sober. So there's no chance these two things in a court of law would not hold up is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it was nice of him to check in.
Yeah.
The reason that I'm going back and forth with if I should call him or not, but the reason that I'm not is because his wife sent like the scathing text prior to all of this.
It's just
Between these dates, he's on vacation. There's no work,
not available.
no nothing.
Not available.
Not available.
So I'm like, all right.
I'm like, it's a fucking phone call.
That's okay.
It's like a 5-minute phone call. You can't go walk outside and just answer the phone. That's all. That's it. That's all.
You're not going to call, are you?
I don't know. I'm going back and forth.
I am scared to death
fuck it, then I'll call.
if you're no. Let him just have his time away. He deserves it, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay. I guess not. I'm just going through the chat. Oh, T-Ro joining us and says next time we come
Your
to...
call has been forwarded to an
it's
automatic voice
dead.
message system. 50357.
Who wants to call him?
9.
All right.
I think
Don't
everyone knows
stop
at
it.
this point what his
Who
number
doesn't
is.
know? Yeah, who doesn't have his phone number? What were you saying in the chat?
Oh, T-Ro, which, by the way, in case you missed, like our Friday Night Live from almost 2 weeks ago, Dorian was supposed to get a sponsorship and get T-Ro those tickets. Remember WWE?
Oh, my God. T-Roast in the chat?
And we thought for
Dude.
sure, T-Ro, we lost you forever. And you're here. And not only that, you're helping us get a venue, securing something in Atlanta. You're awesome.
T-Ro, you are one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Just because if I was you, I would have had it with the show. Right? Because the thing is, too, when we did the Oregon meetup, like Todd's got Crypto Kono's got a business.
Yeah.
Our buddies, Ryan, they own a bunch of bars. They got business.
They gave us a prize pack to put on the wheel.
Yeah, there's so many avenues which he didn't. He could have just kind of thought things through a little more. He could have called. He could have said, "Crypto Kono, sponsor the show for $10 or something," And you could have gotten under the radar, gotten you those WWE tickets. But oh boy, and I think he tried. He just didn't really think everything through.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, he definitely went out there like he did the work, for one spot. So eventually, like, it's just planting the seeds, but it just wasn't quick enough.
Kevin saying bomb his phone, give out the phone number. Most of y'all have the phone number, so
You guys could do that on your own. I'm not giving it out. I'm not responsible. I do not want to call or text from the wife. No, she scares me.
yeah, she was adamant. Which I don't blame her on
No,
one
she
hand
hasn't-
because I'm like, I know that you haven't had any kind of time off and
In
you're
over
working
a
double
year.
shifts for him
Yeah.
to do that. With that said,
Yeah.
it's still a phone call. We're not asking him to, you know what I mean, do like a daily show. Just answer the phone every once in a while. So we'll see what happens. What else from?
I mean, where do we begin? Like, it was a giant. I mean, it was an amazing time, but it was like the first few days we were there. We met up with all of our people in Yachats that we usually do for the 4th. So that was like a family reunion there. And then we met up and did like our listener meetups. And then I had my personal family thing. And then, don't forget about at Mount Angel. Like, that was another group meetup that we hadn't seen those people.
I'm
like another
going
20
back and
people.
forth on if I should show everybody the video of the corn.
Oh.
But that.
Whatever you say, everybody wants to see it. And the guy was chill.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be chill, but
I don't
the guy
know.
seemed to be all right with it.
There's a bar. Shoot, should I do it? I mean,
Why don't we?
I sent it to Ilya and nothing from him.
Well,
And I'm like,
maybe,
you're so grown up and responsible now. Like every once in a while, just go along with the party. Get into some shenanigans. I'm not saying every day. Every once in a while, though. I was very impressed by this video. I said it to him, crickets.
yeah.
Like crickets.
It's up to you. You're
What?
gonna
What?
do what you want to play it. So why don't you just play it?
Well, what,
Because we
what's on
can't
your
even talk.
mind?
We can't even talk about. I don't want you to play it
Why?
because I don't know what like words are being said or who's actually on the video. That maybe they don't want their business being all out there.
You're saying maybe I should blur out.
I mean,
Well, the words aren't that bad, but
Okay.
I know you can see some faces. Maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. Maybe on the next show I'll blur it out and then I'll. God, it's so good.
just play it.
There's
What is your motto? Just to like do it and ask for forgiveness later. What
yeah.
is that thing?
Well, you're going back and forth.
I don't.
PMS week for
I
you?
don't want to. That's really rude to say.
Well, then you went from don't play it to play it. I don't know what to do now.
You're looking at your phones. You're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
So just do it.
All right.
Fireball Kara says do it. They don't care, and she knows these peeps.
Okay. So we're in Mount Angel, which is a small town. Buddy owns the bar. Everybody's having a good time. Like once a year, they do this tournament. It's like a golf tournament, and the money goes to their former high school, the sports in the former high school. So it's like a really great cause. And by the way, we've been to so many things through radio. We've been to like fundraisers, you name it. When you get the ticket and you try to win some stuff, CBS here would have some cool prizes, but I have never been to an auction like the one that I witnessed.
Yeah.
Like I should have been taking video and pictures because the prizes that they had are like, I mean, I don't even know how much money worth of prizes.
I think it wasn't an auction. It was a raffle. So everybody for like every $1 that was donated, they got a raffle ticket and they put it in this giant thing spinning around and then they pull it out. That's why so many people were collecting like 10, like 20 prizes. Okay, but this is afterwards.
Well,
This
yeah,
is
I'm
the
loading
after
the
party.
video. Just keep talking for a second.
I am talking. I'm just
Fine,
showing you
out
if you're
loud.
pulling it up, PK. You
I
have
no
it pulled up
kidding.
on
I
this-
can see it. That's what I'm doing.
Okay,
Look
you
it
know
up.
what? You're
I'm
annoying
pulling it
me
up right
today.
now. Oh, am I? All right.
Yeah,
I'm still going back and
we're
forth
gonna
on if I
sit
should play this video.
awkwardly in silence.
All right, so we're at a bar, and there's a truck across the street. I do not know who the owner of this truck is. It's very important. And again, this is after the golf tournament. This is after the auction. A lot of claws are being consumed. I think you were the only person that was drinking wine.
Oh yeah, I can't
The
do.
only person.
I can't do claws anymore.
And then
Seltzers, by the way. Yeah.
And then
none.
there was some food to be had. Why is that still playing? Hold on. Let me make sure. All right, here we go. There was some food to be had, and then we went to an old game that we used to play back when everybody was in their 20s. And
I didn't realize you ever played this.
I played this.
Oh,
we
I
did
did
it
not-
at.
I did
Remember,
not
the
play
neighbor was mad because it was chicken bones and it almost killed her dog.
Aw.
You don't remember that?
No, I do not remember that. That must have been the first year or something we were there.
Yeah. So they've,
That's a horrible story, by the way.
We've matured. The dog didn't die.
Okay.
The dog
Are you-
didn't even get the chicken, but like the neighbor was like, quit throwing chicken bones
Yeah.
across the street
Yeah.
in a stranger's truck because my dog could die, and she was furious.
Uh-huh.
That was 20 years ago.
Ish. Sure.
We've all matured, as you'll be able to see in this video. We're gonna end up going with rib bones.
You have to take a few bites.
spear and ribs.
You guys,
Oh wait, is it?
Clearly sober there.
you know we saw
Yeah.
Oh, I sent him the right one.
Okay, like that video is of the ground.
Let me see if I can bring it up from our group chat.
We got a couple more people checking in, and so
What are they saying?
I just want to, Yessie305404, which she did, by the way, give us a donation. So shout out.
Oh,
Yessie.
thank you.
She says, thank you for the heat towel. Remember when we went to Miami Heat and I picked up, or I guess technically you did, a towel for her?
Yeah, you sent that?
Yeah, of course I did.
Nice.
Brian Gold says, hey, PK, you didn't call me about the stories from the past. Not yet.
Yeah, I need to
Not
get him
yet,
on. I do
Brian.
need to get him on.
We will.
All right, I got it. All right, okay. Here's the video that I meant to bring up. Hang on, let me resize it. All right. So, like I was saying, stupid thing.
You guys have matured, clearly.
Yeah, we've matured. So we were like, hey, chicken bones obviously probably not the best thing. Dogs, all that stuff, So we've graduated to this.
No!
I mean, I think it's pretty sad you guys haven't made one back there yet.
You have to take a few bites
I only have
first.
one.
Why do you have to?
You have to take more than one bite.
You don't want to waste food.
Rock do that.
My fucking boy. Yeah. You fucking got it.
Here's the corn cob right here.
Oh! That was great. That was awesome.
Okay.
Come on.
So just
Come on.
throwing food in the back of some random dude's pickup. Who's gonna clean that up? I guess that's the square bear in me that I'm like, yo.
It's corn. The birds are going to swoop down and eat it.
Oh,
I loved how responsible Jerry was. He's like, you got to take a few bites. You
Of
can't
course,
just,
yeah.
waste the food or whatever. So people were eating corn and trying to make it into this truck. I think the only person that made, well, you saw the two people that made it. You did not see the 19
that did not.
were,
Did
yeah.
you participate? Be honest with me before I came out and asked you guys what the hell y'all doing. Okay, I see.
It wasn't chicken bones.
Yeah.
The chicken bone incident, by the way, happened. So we go to this small town called Yahats, and I don't know how, but it just started becoming a thing, a tradition. So every year for the last, I think we did the math, God, what was it, 13 years we've gone there? And every year in the small town, there is an incident. Every freaking year. And I've kind of shared this incident in the pre-show that we posted. But this year was like, it might take the cake.
It definitely took the cake. Absolutely. Yeah. When you got like random strangers all involved in front of children.
Now, let me rewind.
Yeah.
The incidents that I even remember, and there's so many. I'm not kidding around. Like every year there's been God knows how many things. One year, some people took the mattress and started floating in the ocean.
That was the very first year we
That
went.
was the first year.
Yeah.
Chicken bone incident was another year. Then a different year, we set the neighbor's flag on fire by accident with the fireworks.
Oh,
Remember that
Lord,
one?
Yeah. Yeah.
What am I forgetting? There's the band that I had to
band that
call
was-
911
that was
because, oh
last
boy,
year.
we thought he was dead.
Yeah, we
He
thought he
just
passed out. Yeah. Yeah, he went and then he went missing and passed out in his van, and yeah.
Yeah, and then they were saying that he didn't take his insulin or something. So I'm like, oh my God, this guy, the ambulance showed up. The only 2 times that I've had to call 911 were in this small town. Every 4th of July, something happens.
Pump the brakes, because there was a year where Dorian and Jessica were there with us, one of the earlier years.
Yep.
And you and Dorian went wandering off, and you dislocated your
Dislocated the shoulder. They had to drive me down to Florence, 45 minutes to pop it back in. God, what else am I forgetting? There's so many incidents.
A couple of dancing incidents that have happened where people have cracked their head and had to have staples put in.
Yeah, there was the staples.
Yeah.
Something happened with Moneybags next door, too. I forget what.
Well, he's
R.I.P.
dead.
Moneybags.
Yeah,
but back in the day, something happened with Moneybags.
I don't know. I remember, Melissa and I danced with him, but I don't remember anything serious
prior
with 911.
years, there was a year that he was mad. So this year, there's a small parade that lasts about 5 minutes, right? And half the parade is just people walking. The other half is the fire engine and a couple of...
an ambulance usually at the end.
Yeah. So, this year, and I mean at 11:50, I kid you not, the parade kicks off at noon. And it's a small parade in a small town. So don't picture skyscrapers and people. Don't picture that. Just picture a bunch of front yards and everybody and all the kids come out and then they're excited. They have duck races and they have the noon parade.
Yeah.
Right? And it's awesome because it's so bad that it makes it that good. Right?
Everyone is very, very, very proud. This year they had the most amount of basset hounds. Those dogs.
It's the hounds
very
walk down.
Unique.
There was some people trying to preserve birds or something, and they have paper birds, and then the birds poop.
Yeah,
but then the dogs behind them are licking everything up. It's just a mess in all the best ways possible. So this year at 11:50, right? We're all ready for the parade, right? We're sitting in the front yard. We're here
Don't
we go,
be late
10
either.
minutes, and
Don't
then
miss it.
the lady next door, and I think, you know what, a lot of the incidents happen with that house. So maybe it's that house and not us, because that's the chicken bone house, that's the flag house, and that's this year. They're doing construction. And I'm like, who does construction on the 4th of July?
Yeah.
Especially where the parade route is. So they're out there with circular saws. You got a bunch of kids sitting in the lawn and stuff, and they're out there with circular saws. So at 11:50, maybe 11:55, right before it knocks off, you just hear a bunch of screaming, right? And it's 3-4 people screaming at the top of their lungs, who's got a belt? Has anybody got a belt?
Yeah.
And I'm looking down, I'm like, oh, I didn't wear my belt today.
Yeah.
So I couldn't help. So I'm like, oh no,
They're
something
belt,
really bad happened.
Doctor, EMT, and everyone's just kind of frozen.
Top of the lungs.
And then PK, I don't know how you came. Maybe you're just so curious,
I'm
but you
I go
immediately.
again. I gotta call 911 if they need a belt. Something bad happened.
So and everyone, because we're getting ready for this parade, and so we all have our phones, and PK immediately dials 911, first one to get through, and then what happens?
And then so the lady's like, so what's your emergency? I'm like, honestly, I think somebody cut themselves, so I kind of walk over there, but I don't want to look at,
Blood.
Well, if they need a belt, I'm thinking somebody lost an arm or something, so I don't want to just bring the ambulance, right? But she's asking me all these questions. How old is he? So I call out, how old is he? One lady's like, 68, 72, 69. I'm like, I don't know, he's in 60s? Can you describe the cut? I'm like, do I have to? Yes. Can you describe the cut? So I walk over there, right? He had taken the circular saw. It went through the wood and in his leg, right across the top of his leg, right? I'm looking at bone. There's blood everywhere. There's kids screaming. The parade now should have kicked off. So they're holding the parade.
It should have technically ended. Yeah, at this point.
Yeah. So then ambulances come. They have to life flight this guy out. I'm telling you, this is like an Always Sunny episode where you're just looking like 8-year-olds that are just like, oh. Yeah. And then the lady is crying. I guess it was the wife. Was it the wife?
No. So there's pictures of because then he had to be life flighted to one of the hotels. And
to the hospital from the hotel.
The sister-in-law writes, saying the name of the family, wants to thank the Yachats Fire Department and Life Flight crew, the ER doctor, nurses, EMTs who came to the crowd to help us. Also, thank you to anyone who called 911, loaned us belts, shirts, etc., to make a tourniquet. You're all lifesavers. And apparently
I'm so glad, by the way, I didn't have my belt on because it's my favorite belt.
Oh, my God. PK, to save a life, you can get a new belt. And that's not even your belt. That's grandfather's RIP.
I know, but I wouldn't have been able to get that belt back or, maybe OxyClean it.
Oh, my God. Okay,
I'm just saying, I'm glad I didn't have a belt on. That's all.
It was the sister-in-law. So it was it was her house. And she writes, thankfully, he is okay. He missed the, do you say femoral? How do you say it? Femoral? I feel like I'm
fentanyl.
trying right now.
You missed the fentanyl?
Femoral, Femoral, femoral artery. Trauma center, clean, stitch him up, and then sent him home. He's resting comfortably now at home.
I'm telling you, the cut is on the upper thigh, and it's at least, I don't know, 10 inches or something, and the skin was like, it was a circular saw that went through the leg, right? And I'm talking about like blood everywhere, and it was just like, holy crap, you can't get through a 4th of July in this town without something, and it always comes out of left field. I honestly, like, after that, I was sitting there, and I'm like, all right, I got to stay on my toes, man. What's going to happen next?
Yeah.
I got to stay on my toes here.
Ah.
Yeah. Only 2 times I ever had to call 911 in that small town. And again, who does construction on the 4th of July?
Yeah. With all of those people. Again, the children, they're all sitting
I don't want to
there.
say that's what you get.
And they're
but
collecting candy and stuff. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's that kind of tiny town. Like
they were throwing candy where the blood was, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Are they sitting on a blanket?
I wonder if the ports got done.
I don't know.
I wonder,
Maybe
you know.
we'll see soon in person, PK.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
You just gave it away now. Just gave it away.
No, I didn't.
I think you did.
I didn't give anything away.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
So, I'm trying to figure out what to say, how to say it.
Well, Alonzo was asking if there was any go shows, if he missed any, and I said not as of yet.
No, but there will be.
There will
some
be soon.
coming your way.
Yes.
Because we're not going to officially make it back until next Tuesday. Dorian isn't obviously here.
Yeah, the 3 of us until not next Tuesday, the 25th.
25th?
Yeah, that's when
Okay.
the 3 of us will officially. Well, unless he goes in jail or something, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
You
don't
never know with dog card. Probably won't hear
he's
from
been
him
doing
until then.
so well.
I know.
I'm really surprised that he got that messed up at our meetup just because he's been doing so freaking well.
You know what was really impressive is, and I don't remember if he shared it with everyone, but he has Crunch Fitness membership, right?
Yeah.
And he said that he went and got a guest pass that morning so he could still continue his workouts.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, Teron, you, like the both of you are really making like a significant lifestyle change, like totally flipping it around. I was really impressed. And then when I last saw him at 10, I was like, oh no, the dragon's out. Oh no.
Yeah. You know how many people, that's the other thing that I really love about our show is how many people actually called it the dragon. They were like, oh, the dragon's about to come out. The dragon's out. Like so many different people were coming to me because I really didn't see him at the meetup because we were just busy. Also, let me say this too. At the meetup, I really wanted to play some of the, back in the day, Denise had questions. It was just really difficult to pull off a show at the meet just because it was like an open space and there were so many people to talk to. So we just opted with just kind of trying to connect with everybody and having a good conversation because I also didn't want to just, spend 2 seconds with you. I really wanted to hear people's stories because those stories help us out as well. So it was really cool to be able to do that. The downside was no show from the meetup. But yeah, I didn't really see Dorian that all, maybe a couple of times. Few pictures.
I mean, I think people just love to see the crazy of
and
Dorian.
old boy was gone.
A couple of times I had to go outside and I apologize. I'm like, hey, you guys have had Dorian for a lot more time than other people. I am literally physically moving him back inside so he can chat with others. And then I think every time I saw him, he had different drinks in his hand. So he had a great time.
And I did want to, let me see.
That's what our next shirt needs to be, Dorian the Dragon or something along those lines. Like a dragon with Dorian's head coming out of it. Like,
You, nice bird noise. Did you,
Thanks.
did you say Brian was in the chat?
He was, yeah. Brian Ness?
Yeah, I did want to get a story from him. I wonder if I can just
Or
call.
Brian Gold. There's
Brian
two of them.
Gold.
Yeah.
Brian Gold was,
He's the one that said he had old school stories.
yeah. I wonder why he won't let me call him. Brian, so Brian Gold's one of the only people that actually is still around from when I buried myself.
Oh,
and
yeah,
this is one of the stories that like I've always shared, but it's so hard to believe that people they don't.
Hey, PK.
What's up, kid? How are you? Thanks for coming to the meetup.
I'm doing all right.
Appreciate you making the effort, man. Appreciate you. And I told you I would call you because you're one of the very few people that were there when they buried me under all that.
What year was this? Can we start there?
2002 or something, I think.
I don't know. I think it was for the Mummy, the Mummy movie. I think it was the first one or the second one.
That's what it was. Dude, you got a great memory, man. I was in that stupid coffin, and I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I remember they told you they were going to pour dirt over the coffin And then when they got you in there, they poured cow manure or horse manure all over it.
I think it was a mix of the two. It was definitely dirt as well, but it was, dude, that was awful. It was like probably one of the worst things. My whole idea behind it was people were gonna, we needed to make a splash because I think we were new to Portland at that time.
So it must have been like 2001.
Yeah, it was a long, long time ago. So, and I'm like, if I bury myself alive, and then they couldn't figure out how to bury me alive, or I think they got a sponsorship because it was at a car dealership, right?
It was at Broadway Toyota down by the Rose Garden.
Oh my God!
Christ, how do you remember all
Let's
this?
reach back out to him. Yeah, all these years later.
What? And I remember there was a tube where somebody passed me. It was Popeyes. And then it hit me. After eating the Popeyes, it hit me that I really didn't have a way to go to the bathroom for like 3 days. I think I was in there from Friday to Monday. When did you come out?
I was out there almost every day, and then overnight before they unburied you.
Oh my God. What were you doing there? Just chatting with him, or were there other people around?
Yeah, there were people screwing with me too. You're probably one of them.
Yeah, there was people that put a rat down the tube to him. And,
no way.
Did the rat come back out?
I think you guys let it back out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I swear, man, either something's really wrong with my memory, or it was such a traumatic experience that I just tried to block it out.
Yeah.
Because I tell people the story, and they're like, no chance you did this. No chance.
I didn't even believe PK because I'm like, nobody else that I've ever met knows the story except PK.
God, I wish we were doing video back then or pictures or something. I got nothing from that. You know what I have?
It was right before
this conversation.
It was right before a big concert event. And I remember it was like the day of the concert that they unburied you. And you smelled bad when you came out of there.
Bro, there was dookie on me, man. I didn't think about the bathroom situation. And that Popeyes hit day one, kid.
Oh, my God.
Day one, that Popeyes hit. And I'm looking around, and I think I had a pan for pee, but I didn't even think. I was like, I think I can just hold my poop. And I could not hold my... It was bad, bro.
Yeah, you had some gallon jugs.
Oh. God. What else do you remember from back in the day?
Back in the day, I remember Scooter. He did this big thing. It was like a raw egg drinking contest at the studio. And then he got in trouble, I guess, a few days later for egging a car.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Egging your car?
I think, again, all this, I think
it was at a dealership. He had something going on with the dealership that he was upset about.
Wait, he egged the dealership's car?
I think so, yeah. Because I remember he was calling saying that he needed to be bailed out of jail or something.
Oh no! I tell people this. The one thing that I don't miss about doing the Playhouse is like every single day. I kid you not. Every single day we'd get off the air, and I have this stomach feeling of like, am I about to get arrested? Is there gonna be a lawsuit? Like the one lady that came and she was like, "You guys owe me a new car. You dented it. You're painting it. You're fixing it." And then so I'm getting screamed at by the boss, and I'm like, "We didn't do it. What evidence?"
Yeah.
And it was half the mug with the logo on it.
Oh my God.
That was like inside her car that had smashed the window. It was, you know what I mean? So like you can't even, every single day there was something. How did you first find the show? Do you remember?
I was living with and taking care of my grandparents at the time, and I was trying to find a radio station to listen to when I moved to Portland, and I found you guys, and you guys were hilarious back then. And
thanks, man.
I listened to you guys all the time after that.
That's so cool that you came out to the meetup and, and you still check us out, man. I can't, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, morning radio, like I said at the meetup, morning radio here has gone so bad that, I mean, it's nice to be able to listen to you guys and watch you guys on the podcast. And it's a lot better for me. I don't even listen to regular radio hardly ever anymore.
We had a guy that runs, I don't want to say what station, but some stations out there in Portland. Check out our show that we're doing now.
Yeah.
And I think we were talking about Dorian's mom. It just happened to be, that was the topic when he was checking us out. And he was like, I don't get it. I don't get the show. So that really fuels my desire to not go back to do radio, just because you have so many of these people that just don't understand that it's not about that. It's about the connection and all these people showing up, and
Right.
it's about stuff like the meetup.
Yeah.
What did you think of the meetup? Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, I had an excellent time. Well, we told you how we felt about the food and everything at the restaurant. But other than that, I mean, just getting a chance to see you guys and everything. I mean, the other thing I remember from back in the day was your bachelor party.
Oh yeah.
Oh, were you there?
That was towards the end, though. That
I was there. And
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle performed.
Yeah, I had no idea who it was.
Oh my gosh.
It was-
I don't even. Obviously we
Yeah,
got
you were
married.
there.
I know, but
And there was a DJ too. Was it just him? There was like a DJ too that
remind everybody.
There was a DJ. I don't remember what DJ it was. I remember it was Nipsey Hussle. It's right near
Khaled. That's
DJ
what-
Khaled.
That's who it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, but
right near PGE Park.
yeah.
Some
Yeah.
bar right near PGE Park.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's right.
It was
How could I forget that?
dude, man. Yeah, we had some good times, man. We had some good times. And again, dude, thank you so much for still like following the show and hanging out. You probably are the reason why Dorine's Dragon came out.
And it's so good to see you and Denise still together. I mean, you guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, not a lot of people thought that was gonna be the case.
No, I don't think anyone did.
No, not a lot of people
No.
at all.
No.
So it was great, man. It was great catching up, and yeah, if you happen to come across like any kind of old pictures or whatever, you gotta let me know for sure.
Send them to us.
I know I have some old pictures from the bachelor party. I got to find them.
How did they get me out of the little coffin thing? Do you remember?
So we all had shovels and we were digging you out, and then eventually they came through with some sort of little, like, I think it was like a little bulldozer to kind of lift all the rest of it off.
Oh my
'Cause
God.
there was a lot on it.
How many people were there getting
Christ.
PK out with shovels?
There was a bunch of us there, including I forget her name. The black lady that was on the morning show with you, the Playhouse with you.
Sony, yeah.
Sony was there overnight with us.
Oh my gosh.
God, it was so much fun. I mean, that specific thing.
Clearly
wasn't,
you don't remember that
but
part, but yeah.
The other pitch that they wouldn't let me do is I'm like, man, all these people that get lost in the woods get so much press. Let me get lost in the woods. I'll be all right. I can survive.
Do you remember when you guys went to those really nasty, raunchy motels in Portland? The Unicorn.
Yes.
The unicorn?
Yeah. Well, I remember a couple of things. Like we would send Naveen, because she's kind of high maintenance, just a little. And we would send her to like the worst reviewed motels that we could find.
Yeah.
Some of them were on the coast too.
Oh, she'd have to stay overnight or something?
Her and Dorine would have to go check them out and review them, or stay overnight, or and then they couldn't. It was it was one of those places you needed to have your switchblades
Oh my
ready to
God,
go.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it was a good time, man.
Switchblade, rubber gloves, sanitizer, everything.
The works. Well, hopefully we can pull it off again, man. So hopefully we'll get to hang again.
Yeah, definitely. I look forward to it.
Really appreciate you coming
Thanks for
out.
taking the call, Brian.
I think you were there before us too, so respect.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. We'll talk soon. All right.
All right. Take care.
You too. We got to get. You know what? When we get back to like doing stuff like Matt's too, we got to get Brian on.
Yeah, for sure.
I think because we walked in and Brian was like, "This is your section."
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hold on. My bad. I hit a button.
I think you ended us.
We walked in. He was like, "This is your section." I'm like, "What time did you get out of here, kid?" So respect. What do you see in the chat? You see anything in the chat?
Yeah, just people that were remembering what was going on, saying how Scooter always went hard. I did want to say I'm working with Yarel at Yaya's Embroidery, the one who did all of these shirts. And thank you to everybody who has ordered one. Those already were shipped, and you should have them, already. But if you're at the meetup too, then I physically gave them all except for one person. So I'm going to ship that out. But then I had a lot of people.
I hope the shirt gets to you wrinkly, because we had to carry it all the way to Portland, all the way back just to mail it to you.
That's all right. It was just one. I was actually
my
surprised.
suitcase.
But a lot of people had asked if we could do it in black, including
Me?
my brother, and you. And so she said, of course. And so I put it online, and there is a selection now if you want to do this shirt, but in black, so like reverse colors, we could do that for you. And then I'll have those for sale until Sunday, this Sunday, and then we'll get those made and shipped out to you.
Are you doing some glitter stuff too? What are you doing with the glitter?
Yeah, so I still need, so this is the glitter one. And I was wearing like my black glitter one, and I had so many people like, I want that one. So I put those back on, and we have a few different colors. So like the navy, white, black, And then I'm still working with Yorel if we can get like a teal or a lime green or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you can put your color choice in there as well. And those are online now too.
And all that stuff to support the show and keep us going because, I'm not going to lie to you, times are getting tough. And this past week, there was a lot of, reflecting and soul searching and all that stuff. And we're not done doing some of that yet.
Yeah.
So we're really trying to figure out how to move forward. So if you're buying shirts or if you're doing love slaps or donations, really appreciate you. And that definitely goes a long way.
It really does.
Stuff's getting a little on the tight side. So after this show, we're in Houston for another day and a half.
Yeah.
And then we're gone for the following week to do a little more of that. But I do want to do some go shows for real. I want to do some check-ins and try some new stuff just to see if it's good or if it's bad.
I mean,
we've gotten to this point by trying new stuff, right? So at this point, we've got to try whatever it is that we can try.
And there was like a couple of people that brought up they love like our videos, like when we have traveled and done like travel vlogs. And I know PK and I then got like on a little kick and we're watching some others. And I was like, well, those are okay. But I really feel like our stuff is pretty entertaining as well. So just like a different aspect to the PK and DK show.
I don't know how it's going to turn out.
I don't know either.
It's going to be difficult to try to, daily. If it's going to be video, if it's going to be video, it's going to completely give it away. And there's some problems. Like I can care less. I'll tell you right now exactly what a route is. Yeah. But the problem is that there's going to be some people not very happy with this.
Well.
And all that stuff, if you have a brain, you're going to be able to figure out by following us over the course of the next week. And I might just say screw it and just do video as well. But we are going to be doing check-ins for real. It is going to be a little on the different side. Because, again, the other part that just doing some reflecting in the last week is you guys get the show because you've been with us and you know that we have the chat. You know how this works. We all have a good time. We do the live shows. It's great, right? But like new people, they don't understand what we do, and sometimes it's too long form of content, and I don't know if that's hurting us. Whatever it is that's hurting us, we got to figure it out and figure it out quick because time is really running out now. So I don't know. We're going to try this, and the opportunity came up, and we had somebody that really helped us pull it off. We're also meeting with somebody that maybe could talk about syndication, but then I go back to all these people that just don't get the show to begin with. So then there's that. There's just like a lot of, I don't want to say moving pieces because then Elia gives me a hard time.
I feel like your head is still scrambled.
I just don't know. I don't know. And then when we go back, we see like our friends, our really successful friends, and you don't want to, you guys taught me not to compare myself to other people, but it's just like, oh my God, what are we, But then the joy that the show brings me.
It's so much. That's why, like, when we
just trying to figure it out.
We opened the show and you had that slideshow that I didn't even know.
Oh, her immediate crying.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I mean, like, even I had to take like a step away from everyone just to take everything in last Friday because I was just so overwhelmed not overwhelmed, but like so appreciative of everybody who was there and took the time to come out and hang out with us and meet each other. And I'm like, this. And I'm going to cry again. I'm like, this is just what feels right. And so I don't want to do anything else because this is incredible.
Yeah, but rent.
Yeah.
Our landlord does not care.
Yeah, what we do.
So I don't know if the answer is, and so many of you came up. By the way, Dina, thank you. Dina was talking about the ATL meetup, which as fun as Portland was, it'll never be that meetup because that was an actual full show and people paid like a ticket to come in and we were actually able to do the mystery box and everything. And that stuff like I really want to do, but it's so hard to pull together just because of venue and pricing and all the other stuff.
Or the fact it's just three of us putting this all together. We need like a promoter or something. If you guys know of someone that wants to help out, like we'll talk to anybody and everybody. You guys have been so great. So, and with like connections.
So anyway, I feel like everybody has gotten a different, unique kind of meetup. So I guess there is that. So going back to this Portland one, so many people are coming up and we're like, I don't care if it's just you and Denise, if you do it once a month, please keep doing it. And we're always going to keep doing something. And just because that's the diary of our life, I really want to be able to keep the show as it is and grow it. I just think it's a really great show with the three of us and what we're doing. But it might have to also do, I don't know if this travel thing's going to work out. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Yeah. Maybe it'll be something else. We need to experiment. So I appreciate your patience is what I'm saying. And this upcoming week should be interesting. So we're not going to do anything tomorrow because I got to hurry up and do some stuff before we're again back out. But then we should have some stuff next week for you.
Yeah.
All
I think that is very well said.
Okay.
And as for PK's quick show, and not a lot of people even knew that we were doing a show today. So thanks for our, sticking with us on Discord and socials and, subscribing to our YouTube channel so you could see it, that pop up live. Your quick 20-minute show has already gone long.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be this long, to be honest with you. God, I got bit. Christ, Houston came at me hard.
Yeah.
It's like, first of all, it's 110 degrees, so getting 10,000 steps is impossible. And then second, you've got like freaking dragons eating at your legs. Jeez Louise. Moderno. We talked about Moderno?
We did, yeah.
Okay.
Did you already forget?
Yeah.
Oh my God, BK, what's wrong with your brain?
Well, it's that's where the weight loss is coming from.
Okay. Yes, we did talk about it.
Yeah.
How you're down 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, now we need to spin the wheel so I can get on there and weigh myself.
Yeah, now
that I'm actually losing weight, the wheel's not going to be spun.
Yeah.
In the chat, anything else that you see?
I do want to say Brian N already picked up the Playhouse in Black shirt.
Really?
So already ordered that.
Thank
You're
you.
amazing. Yes. And then Fireball Carol was saying that she loves doing her Love Slaps live, which was very sweet of her.
She did. She came up to me. She was like, "This is your love slap." I'm like, "Carol, come on."
I know. I was like, it's different when it comes and like I can't physically see, but then I'm like, no, but I'm like, yes. But I'm like, thank you. I know so many of you guys do it out of the kindness of your heart, and that's why it's really, we appreciate you.
Also, big thanks to everybody that bought us drinks during the meetup as well, because there was, like we said, the Fireball was out by the end of the night, and I don't think I paid for one drink.
No.
So appreciate y'all. That was awesome. That was really, really cool. If we didn't get a chance to talk, I think I made the rounds and talked to everybody. Yeah. But again, apologies if I missed
I was like, I try to give as many hugs as possible.
Yeah,
lots of hugs. And around with the fist bumps, and you just chatting and. It was awesome.
It's just great stories.
Oh, and don't forget, like, the shirt. Shout out to Costco Boy, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm wearing it. So he said he had this done for us a few weeks before.
Back up a little so people can see it.
The house fire, but you can see it.
Yeah, old boy had a house fire, and then he shows up with like a bunch of these shirts to give away, which we couldn't even do the games to give them away. So at the very end, whoever was still there, we handed them out to people. So if you have one, very, very... few people have that shirt.
Yeah. Take a picture of you wearing it and put it, or send us a DM at PK and DK on all platforms or in the Discord. That'd be awesome to see.
Congrats also in the chat to Shay, who survived the Peach Street road race.
My God. We had a couple of friends too that did it. DJ Jeff and his wife, and
lightning started happening.
They said
right?
lightning, yeah. They were just drenched, and then I think like towards the end they canceled it, or they're like, you guys can't we can't have the responsibility of you guys being here at Piedmont. What?
I got one more story I got to share.
Okay, go on.
Okay, I will. We say it like that.
Just do it. Just speak.
I'm going to. We met a guy at the airport, right, who hopefully he'll hook me up. I don't know if he will or not. He probably thought I did a much more mature show than this style. But he works... And this is what I also love about traveling, is like you meet so many unique people. So I really hope he hits me up, because I want to do I want to interview him. I think it was like one of the most interesting stories. This dude worked in Antarctica for I don't know how many years. So what he does is he helps like the scientists. So if the scientists decide that they need a tower or something, right, he'll go out in the conditions and they build the actual tower, and then the scientists are doing their science or whatever. So he was in Antarctica for God knows how many years, and he was at the airport in Portland flying to Greenland, right, which is currently 24/7 daytime out there, and his wife does the same thing. So it was such an interesting story. I mean, like, if the flight wasn't delayed, there was going to be a good chance that I was going to miss the flight, because I didn't want to leave the conversation. It was so crazy. You talked to him first.
Yeah.
How did you meet him?
These people were hanging out and chit-chatting, and I was like, where are you guys headed to? You guys that, on our flight? And they're like, no, I'm going here. No, I'm going here. And then the chick, she immediately was like, oh, my flight's actually boarding. I got to go. And then he's like, oh, I'm headed to Greenland. And then at that point, you physically came. So I'm like, Greenland? And she's like, his story's amazing. You guys have to listen to it. I'm like, okay. So
he was telling me that National Geographic did a documentary on the scientists, but they were the ones that actually had to figure out how to build, a tower in the middle of, crazy winds and the storm and everything, And then when they were doing the documentary, they were asking the guys that actually built the tower to go hide behind the trucks to feature the scientists. I'm
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me? Those are the guys that are risking their life, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like so interesting and so fascinating. So that's the other thing that I wanted to throw out there is like, if you know somebody that has an interesting story, reach out to us. I'd love to start doing, maybe shows to where we just talk to these people because I mean, who knew that was even a job?
I had no
How
clue.
do you even get that
I
job?
don't think I've ever heard of anyone going to Greenland anyway.
Or Antarctica,
I
or
think
how do you call home, or how do you? And apparently, there's little towns and stuff.
What I told a guy, and he probably was like, "This chick's insane," but I was like, "Greenland? Oh, like South Carolina?" And I was like thinking like Greenville or something. I was so off base, and then that's when the lady's like, "No, like Greenland." I'm like, "What?
How do you even get there?" And then he was saying even how to get there was interesting because like they have like practice flights in Greenland to get ready for the Antarctica flights, and the people that are practicing in Greenland is actually more dangerous because they don't have all the conditions down. So he was like, yeah, this is going to be the dicey one. The actual real hard flights, those pilots have more experience, so I feel safer with it. It was just like some of these, the stories that he was telling was so crazy. So I know that we always talk about with Elia hanging out at airport bars, and they are more expensive, and who really wants to hang out at an airport bar?
Right.
I get that, but the people that you meet, the conversations that you can have if you open up are like really interesting. So I can't tell you how many people we've met.
I know.
Just at the airport bar.
Well, I sure hope that guy reaches out to you.
Yeah, I
you
really
didn't get
do.
his card, huh?
Well, I kind of I gave him he asked me for a card.
Yeah.
And then I kind of started laughing. Then I'm like, he's got to know this isn't a legit thing. So
It
hold
is
on.
too legit. Yeah.
So I give him the card, and then I asked him if he posts any pictures or anything, to try to softly get like, where I could reach out to him. But he said he didn't have any kind of social. So, the ball's in his court. But what a great story. And I guess the lesson is, and going back to our meetup, and it all ties in together, is like talk to a stranger.
Yeah.
You just don't know, like the story and the interesting story that you're going to get out of them.
The connection that you guys
Or the connection, and all that stuff. And
Right.
I think that's the biggest thing about the show is the connection and seeing all of y'all that have, we've partied in whether it was Fresno or Atlanta or most recently in Portland, Thank y'all so much is what I'm saying. Thank you so much. And thank you for your patience as well. The full show is going to be back Tuesday, the 25th. Do I have the date right there?
That's right. Yeah.
She's going to be extremely tired.
I will be?
Yeah, because don't we land Monday night or something?
Yeah, we land at like 1 a.m. or something.
Yeah, and then you got to work.
No.
Oh, you don't?
I got someone help me out.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So Tuesday, the 25th, the full show will be back. Until then, though, definitely subscribe on our YouTube and all that stuff, and we'll be dropping those little ghost shows. The other thing, and then we'll wrap things up, is the school supply drive. If y'all, we don't have a lot of sponsors, so and a big thanks to y'all that do follow our advice, and whether it's Podium, 321podium.com. So many of y'all at our Portland meetup were telling me how they, you love Podium. So thank you for supporting us there. Or when it comes to Megs and this school drive, please help us out.
Yeah, so it's Megs with Renova Appliance Center. And so we've teamed up with both of them, Renova Appliance Center, and we're doing a back to school supply drive. And it's on Amazon. Like there is a wish list, or if you are physically in Houston and you can go to Renova Appliance Center and drop off the school supplies, that would be great as well. But they're all going to benefit Nary's Promise. So it's a great way, and we always try to help out in the community. You guys are great about connecting as well. So I'll again post the information on our Facebook page and our Discord, but the Amazon link is up for the school supply drive.
So again, just please support the people that are supporting us because, it's a tough time for us right now, and we just really appreciate you. You don't have to spend a gang of money, but it's, definitely would mean a lot to us. And if you're not in Discord, or if you're listening to us and you did find us on Spotify or not through the radio, please let us know how you found us. You can just write an anonymous email, send it to hello@pkndk.com. But again, I go back to the to the lady from Thailand and her daughter, and like, that story just blew me away. Almost gave me not almost, but definitely gave me hope to what we're doing is the right thing. This show isn't for everybody, but it is for, the people that have a lack sense of, like to laugh at things, laugh at each other. And, I think it's different enough that it kind of separates it from everything else, but maybe too different for the world. And I don't know, when I hear stories like the one that I heard from her, that just really gives me some hope.
Right.
So, please share your stories with us on how you found the show and how you listen online. And again, you can slide into our DMs as well, to get to our DMs, Denise?
Yeah, so you can do that on all social media platforms. It's at PK and DK. You can go to pkanddk.com and just there's the Discord right there. I also just put it if you are watching live, the replay gang later, the link will pop up for you right there as well.
I mean, I'm low key with Ryan not around. What are you talking about? Who said that?
I don't know about that. Kirsten. We miss Kirsten, but her cousin, Kyle in the 509, remember with the kids?
Yes.
They came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
very sweet to see the kiddos.
That's the other thing. I didn't think I was like, Denise is like, we should do an old age thing. And I'm like, really? I don't know that many people with kids listen to the show because, there's curse words here and there.
Yeah.
But I like that aspect of it, that the people could come with their families and, when people had enough of us, they could play some putt-putt.
Right.
There were different games. There was a food truck. The venue was awesome.
Golf simulator.
One more time. Give him some love.
Yeah,
It is.
It's Birdie Time Pub and mini golf.
And before I go, nice timing. Tony!
Hey!
Yo!
Rat bastard Tony!
Oh,
that's my favorite pet name that you call me.
Mr. No Show Tony!
Oh, Tony was busy.
Please.
And
What up?
not only did Tony not show up, but then, Tony, we were leaving Portland, and I'm like, I think this dude is mad at us. Like, he hasn't hit us up to check in, nothing. And Tony's the first person to be like, how'd it go, man? Did you make the connection? Did you get him to do sponsorships? How did it go? So when I didn't hear from Tony, I'm like, oh, what did we do to Tony?
I know where Tony was because we checked. We're actual friends.
Where were you, Tony?
I was in the middle of nowhere doing a 3-day whitewater rafting trip.
With the fam.
Can't hate on that.
No.
Can't hate on that.
And you're right. I am that person that does follow up. And I did. I went to the person in charge. I went to Denise, and Denise and I chatted and did a whole post-mortem, everything else. So it's all good.
Hey, I got to give you credit, man. What a venue. I didn't know what to expect when you were like, it's a putt-putt place. And I'm like, I don't know. But I was just saying right before you called that I love that because then, people can chat with us. They can play games when they got tired of us. You know what I mean? Like there was things to do outside of just hanging out with us.
Like my text message said, I feel like one of these days I will earn your trust. And when I say something or suggest something, you'll just go, you know what, Tony? Let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
When have I not said, let's give it a shot? When? Give me one example.
Here, I can read you a text message about when I suggested Birdie Time Pub.
Oh, no. We're good. I will trust you.
Let me see if I can find this quick.
I was like, I could just do a quick search.
Oh, come on. I just didn't know what to expect. That's all.
Right. You're doubting.
No. Would I
Zero faith. You say, okay. I said, you're looking, right? You had a place close. You're scrambling last minute. You have 2 weeks to find something. And I just shoot you a text saying, Birdie Time Pub just went here for the first time last weekend. Would be worth giving them a call. Explain the situation, see if they're interested in partnering. If nothing else, you can reserve their tables in advance on their website. But in my mind, you got nothing to lose by giving it a shot. PK's response is, seems like it's more of a mini golf spot. We're looking for more of a bar with a separate room or patio where we can all hang out, have drinks, talk, and maybe record some audio.
To be fair, I was right about we couldn't record audio, right? Because
no. PK, just take the loss.
I'll take the L.
Yeah.
I'll take it was a. You know what it is, and I think somebody told me at the meetup too. They were like, "You gotta calm down. Sometimes you're just too high strung. Just go easy on your. I'm like. Initially, I was like, well, it's a golf place, so I don't know if that kind of fits the kind of vibe that we have. Also, is that close? Because I'm looking like at an I-5, somewhere like around Wilsonville that can be centrally located for everybody. Like, for my brain always goes on to, like, who's the person that this meetup is going to be difficult for? Because I want everybody to be able to come out. But going back, you were right. You were 100%. It'd be hard to find a better place to have a meetup now, besides the fact that we couldn't really pull off a show. It was one of the best. I mean, it was just fun.
Perfect. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
It was great. I thought it would be a great hang. I'm very happy. I'm very excited that it all went well. I'm bummed I couldn't make it. Again, poor scheduling. You got to check my schedule before you plan events.
Yeah.
It's killing me.
Where did you go rafting?
We put in a little town called Minham. which nobody's ever heard of. And then we did 35 miles on the Wallowa River.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Y'all are in shape, kid.
I don't know about that.
30 miles?
It was an ass kicking for sure. We did I want to say like 14 miles the first day. Camped for 2 nights on the river, and then we did 21 miles on the third day, which was totally exhausting. Yeah.
So we didn't. We've been keeping. We can't say what's about to happen in this following week, but it's going to be different kind of shows, right? We're going to be doing them from the road. It's going to be ghost shows. It's a whole thing. But one of the options was to rent an actual van.
Which is what I've been wanting to do, yeah.
No, you didn't, because I found one, and you're like, I want a motel now. I want a hotel.
It was very expensive. I've been talking about the show, how awesome it would be to rent like an RV and take the show on the road. But then we looked at the prices. I'm like, I can't afford that right now.
And then,
it ain't cheap.
And then the van that we found that had everything, right? It had an outdoor shower. So I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, is it like the converted kind of Mercedes Sprinter van kind of things or whatever?
Yeah,
with the whole, it's got the kitchen, the bed. You open the back doors and you have like a shower head thing and then you just pull a curtain around you or something, right?
Yeah,
like on the back side of it.
It wasn't like too big that it would have been an issue to drive, you know? And then so then I started researching on like where we could, you know, I don't want to again give it away, but where we could park it for the overnight and all that stuff. And really what did it for me was the outdoor shower, because where we're going is probably going to be kind of chilly. And I mean, where else do you go to? And, you know, then Denise, you know.
No, but one of the places we're staying is in a yurt. So that's kind of cool.
We're staying in a yurt.
Or at a tiny house.
And we're staying in a tiny home, too.
On a winery.
Yeah.
That one.
It's y'all just kind of follow us. This is going to be interesting.
You guys know, if you know the show, you know us, exactly what I'm saying right now. There's definitely been a lot of hints. And Kirsten's like, why can't you say anything? And I was like, I have family that will be pissed at me. And that's the main reason. So I'm not going to say anymore.
And a big thanks to the person that is making all this possible. And you know who you are as well. But it should be. The Soul Searching Week is next week. That's, you know, I don't know what to call the shows, but that's what's gonna be called. But going back to this meetup, man, what
you were right.
You were right. I was wrong.
July 13th, 2023. PK was wrong and admitted it.
What a
save it. Yes.
Come on, man.
And admitted it. No, I'm very happy that it worked out so well. Very happy so many people. It sounded like a ton of people were there, which is super exciting.
I individually was counting faces, and I was like, well, I see at least like 70, but that's just in our pictures.
That's one picture.
You thought like 100?
If not more, because throughout the night, more people would trickle in and trickle out. So it was at different times. There's different people that were there, and it was always packed. Not easy to do. And, you know, like I was saying earlier, putting up like that little commercial that, again, Tony told me a long time ago.
Again, Tony was right.
Do the Playhouse, you know, the logo or whatever, and do a little commercial, put it up on YouTube. And I'm like, that's not going to do anything. And then people showed up because they saw it on there. And like, you know, it was just cool to see. It was, you know. Oh, and then in Mount Angel, when, you know, we made these stickers that, I think it was Tony's idea as well, the Playhouse stickers. You know, we're like, let's put them up there with the QR in the middle. Maybe people will scan them. So Uncle Jerry takes one out and puts it on the table, and 2 people, because they were gambling at this table, right? They were playing this game, which I don't know if it's a real game or not.
It's a made-up game, but there was, like 20 guys?
20 guys playing this card game, right? And Jerry puts down the Playhouse sticker, and people around me started talking about the show. Eventually, Jerry goes, well, that's PK. They didn't believe me.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, my God, I drive Budweiser trucks. Or, you know, like, both of those, you know, it's like crazy. The influence, the pull that we had in that area was just insane.
It blows my mind how little credit you give yourself in the mark that you made and the untapped potential of so many different avenues that you haven't explored yet that I want to keep pushing you into.
Okay. Well, you got to start pushing because time is a ticking.
Hey, when I say jump, just please say how high, not say, well, you know, I was really wondering if it was worth jumping because it's not really, you know, I'm not trying to jump. So keep pitching me something different.
Tony. Don't ever change,
I love
buddy.
you guys.
Yes.
Love you
I love
back.
you guys.
Don't ever
I
change.
never want. You don't ever have to tell me I told you so. You don't ever have to tell me you were right.
Yeah.
I just want you to succeed. That's it. That's all I want.
And I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate
And maybe
that. I'm
we
doing
will
what I can.
see you soon.
Maybe we'll see you soon.
Tony. We'll talk later.
Interesting.
I'll call you after.
All right.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so I'm gonna hit this this outro, which means that she's gonna start crying again.
Oh gosh, yes. Please watch this and don't tear up.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Anything else that you want to say?
Just going through the chat. PK's an overthinker. Yeah. I think Meg, she just joined us as well.
What's up, Meg?
She was saying how many people have to tell PK, that you something about like your mind and how crazy it is all the time.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. I'm working on it.
Overthinker. Yeah.
Please support the toy drive, and Denise will have the info online. Love slaps always appreciated, especially in this upcoming week. So if you got $1 or $2, we'd definitely appreciate that. And full show back on the 25th. Follow us for the Go shows and all that stuff. I'll do my best to post it everywhere. But Discord will definitely have all the updates. So definitely join us in Discord. And I think that's it, right?
That is it.
Pretty good.
I'm putting right now. Sorry, I'm typing School Supply Drive. The link, if you are watching again on YouTube or you're part of the Replay Gang, I got it there for you.
All right. With that, we'll see you. Well, apparently next week at some point, if not on the 25th. Until then, bye.
Bye.
And the podcast replays on no matter my metro. Take them on the go. Atlanta to Fresno to the Gulf of Mexico.
I hope everybody had a good run of life. I love you guys. That's the end of the story.
Peak